All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here for day 4 of Challenge 21. We're playing match points against the robot this week, and our card looks pretty good so far. One terrible board. I think board 2 is terrible for us. Again, I've been wrong before. They might all be bad for us, but it feels like we're running pretty decent. And we're playing a lot of no trump, which in match points can't be that terrible, especially because I believe we've made some pretty solid decisions. At least the results of those decisions have been pretty solid for us in these hands that we've seen so far. So let's jump back in, guys. Not as exciting as some of the hands we've seen in this set already, but hey, a normal 1 diamond opening bid, we'll take it. You can't really complain when you're playing a best hand tournament. You know, you're getting dealt an opening hand every board. Yeah, it's way nicer here than in the real world where you have to deal with those garbage hands. So you open a diamond, it goes 2 hearts on your left, which is essentially equivalent to a weak 2 bid, right? The robot is just saying, hey, I have a bad hand, less than 10 points in a 6-card suit. However, I've seen the robots be right at 10 in these situations, especially because they are vulnerable. Make your bid with this hand. So a lot of people, when they see a preemptive bid, they get defensive, you know, and they bring emotion into the decision. They're like, oh man, they're preempting, man. I can't let them do that. They can't get this over on me. When in reality, what are you going to do with this end? Right? Your partner had a chance to bid. That's the thing you always have to understand. In the logical sense, your partner had a chance to say something and they chose not to. And you've shown this opening hand and you're right at the minimum side of it. Right? So honestly, I would expect East to have a hand similar to what I'm looking at, like close to an opening hand and nothing to say over 2 hearts. There's no reason to get in here. It's okay to defend. Right. In fact, that is frequently, if not, I mean, you've seen in some of our Wednesday morning tournaments, that's frequently the best score we're ever going to get is just by understanding that we don't have to play the hand. Right. Even in a best hand tournament, it is perfectly fine to let them play. And we just need to pay attention on defense, which, you know, as my late results have been showing, I need to kind of engage a little bit more here. So here we go. Let's take a moment. All right, let's do our homework. And this is another good preview for you. I'm doing 2 more defense practice classes this month on bridgelesson.com, and those are Tuesday nights in April. And I'll leave links for those in the comments on this. But here it is super important when you're playing defense to just do an accounting of the points as quickly as you can. And that's usually right on the opening lead. So as expected, look at righty. They have the exact values we have. They have a 12 count. I'm so happy we kind of predicted that. That's nice. Right here, 12 count to our right. We have 12. That's 24. And our left-hand opponent, I would say, has at least 7 points, right? It looks like they have ace, king, 6 the hearts. So there, if we give them 7, how many does partner have? Our partner, the north player over there. Yeah, so it's just easy math, right? This is as hard as it gets at the bridge table. 12 points here, 12 points here. That's 24. And give them 7. Just give them their minimum, like ace, king, 6, the hearts and out. They could have more for sure, right? But we're just trying to ballpark this. And this is kind of in the middle of their range, like 5 to 10. 7's kind of right smack dab in the middle of that, right? So that's 24, 31. Partner could have around 9 points. Now, the more this player has, the less partner has, right? And so on and so forth. The other side of that is true as well. But I wouldn't, with a vulnerable 2-heart overcall, it's also important to kind of put them on a hand. I would expect them to have ace, king, 6 at least, right? Or closer to the top end of their range if they didn't. But at this point, we're seeing partner lead the 2 of clubs. You would think that's from the queen, right? You can't be sure, obviously. But you're going to play this. One thing you should recognize is partner has the ace of spades, right? That should be super obvious because left-hand opponent has ace, king of hearts, right? So they can't really be having too much. This is interesting. They lead a low diamond and they play low from dummy. That makes me think they might have the queen of diamonds to my left. And now we're just getting, this is bad, right? We're getting to a point where we're just taking a bunch of tricks. And really, I was hoping for a spade through that queen there, but partner chose not to do that. So here, let's take a second and think about what's happening. All right, and partner, we thought, had about 9 points. So they had the ace of spades. They, I suppose, could, it doesn't seem like they would have the queen of diamonds. Well, first of all, you have to take into account what Declare chose to do, right? Would they have played low here? If they didn't have the queen of diamonds, I wouldn't think so, right? They would play the jack to try to promote this. So here you expect the queen of diamonds to be to your left. So that means that partner has the queen of clubs, and we hope not the jack of spades. That would be brutal for them. I mean, I guess it's still in the realm of possibility that they could have the king of hearts, but that would seem super weird. Here, it looks like they're just saying it's time to cash out. I mean, especially thinking it declare as the queen of diamonds, it certainly might be time to cash out. So that's what I'm going to do. And now, I mean, well, maybe partner's getting a little rough a doodle there. And we'll see what they could have done after this, or we could have. All right, here we go. Now there's their heart position that we expected, obviously. Okay, and now it's just going to go, yep. Club rough. Well broken. Here, it does not matter what we're doing. They're just going to take their tricks. Okay, that's too bad. All right, so the 10 of spades was in a really nice spot for declare there. So at that point, once we did lead a spade through, we weren't able to get any other tricks. All right, let's take a look. Could we do better? 2 of clubs was led, and it looks like, you know, they're destined to make an over trick there. But at this point, after this play here, I mean, I don't know. It looks like it was pretty normal what we did there. If partner had the 10 of spades, it's kind of important that we get that extra trick in there, right? As it turned out, we kind of read lefty pretty right. Right? Once we see that low diamond get played from dummy, that looks like the limit of their hand, right? Ace, king, 6 of the hearts, queen, small of diamonds. Super important. You know, you're not going to get the best result every time, and you're not going to get these shapes and values right every time. But it is important to start putting your opponents on hands, right? That is when you're going to start to realize a whole bunch of extra tricks in your game, because you're going to have a better idea of what's going on, and it's very difficult. It's hard enough to figure out what partner has or what the heck that lead is, right? I'm just trying to give you an idea of what you can be thinking about, and you know, if you make an attempt to do that, especially when they reveal a reasonable amount of information like a preempt, it's easy to pick off after this opening lead. Okay, ace, king, 6 seems about right, and now if they have something else, we'll really know what's going on, right? So. Cool stuff, and let's see what we're starting with on this next board. And yeah, we're back to the sexy hands. Look at this one. Boom. Make your choice. Well, I'm going to open 2 clubs, first of all. I'll take this choice off of your menu. And yeah, okay, good. Now make your choice. What do you do now? 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, pass to you. What do you bid? If you need more time, take it. I'm going to tell you now. I would love to be playing a convention called Kokish, which is a way to show a really big hand and stay at the 2 level. But I don't think the robots play it. Let's just check. No, they don't. Okay, so here your choices are 2 no trump, which shows 22 to 24. And you could say, yeah, I'm at 24, but I would treat this as 25 to 27 because I have ace, king, queen, 5th of diamonds. This is the same concept we're using when we upgrade to open 1 no trump, or we take a 19 point and open it 2 no trump. We're doing the same thing here. We have a solid 24, and that 24 includes ace, king, queen, 5th of a suit. So we have a source of tricks, right? So here it is so important that we show our hand properly. We're upgrading to show our 25 to 27, and now we'll leave it to partner, and boom. They put us in a slam. We're not unhappy, right? Even though you could say, oh, no, I undersold or I oversold my hand here. You didn't. You showed 25, which is exactly what you have because you have a really nice source of tricks and an abundance of high cards. So here you're happy as long as you don't lose 2 tricks. And we'll find out real quickly if ooh, we love this. Number 1, not the best hand, by the way, but the diamond lead is spectacular, right? So here we may have gotten away with something here. It's fun. They have a 7 count. Here's the issue, guys. The reason North just bid 6 no trump is because they don't have any system to handle this hand. Kokish, which is in use in expert circles these days, is for this exact situation. It's for when you have like a 25 evaluatable hand and you don't want to have to bid 3-0 with your second bid. So in the simple version of this system, opener would bid 2 hearts, which would transfer to 2 spades, and now 2 no trump shows 25 to 27, and there are other 2 suited bids you can make, and you could just show hearts and so on and so forth. But it helps to stay at the 2 level because now we get those transfers and Stayman back, because North has a clear Stayman want, right? And then a Smolin bid. All right, so here because of the restrictive system that we had available, we had no way to kind of get to our best auction, which may still have led to 6 no trump, right? However, it would have given us a chance to find fits in those major suits, right? So here, I mean, here's what we also know. The robot doesn't do this. So this is like a pass out situation that we've seen before. The robot's not going to be in 6 no. Right, so here we have to try to make this sucker, because if we're going down, we're definitely getting a 0, and we love this start. Yes. All right, so let's take a second. Let's be rosy with our picture and count our winners. Right, so that was a weird lead. How many winners do we have if things are going well? Right, so count those for a second. I'm doing the same while I'm waiting here. I would count 9 on top of the 1 we've already taken, so that's 10. And what I would get to is 4 diamonds, 3 clubs for 7, the ace of hearts for 8, and the ace of spades for 9. So I need 2 more tricks. Where are they going to come from, most likely? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I think they are... 1 could certainly come from spades, maybe 2 if we're super lucky. A couple could come from hearts too, especially if we're getting a dream scenario in hearts. And what I mean by that is king third on our left, meaning they're breaking 3-3, and we will have the ability to just lose 1 trick in that spot, right? I'm going to run diamonds first, right? And this is what we need to determine. If West started with 5 diamonds, we're not even going to take all these diamond tricks. So let's see. All right, so here we go, folks. All right, so wait, what did they pitch there? We played the ace of diamonds, and they pitched the club. Okay, good. All right, now we're in dumpster territory. So now we have to kind of hope something good's happening in hearts and spades, because we're not going to take all of those diamonds. So here we really have to hope hearts are coming home in some sort of reasonable way for 1 loser. Heart, king, come on. The jack is just super suspect here. You would expect them to play the king. And the problem is we don't have the 10, right? So it looks like we're doomed here. Yeah, we're going to let them take that, and they will take this one. And you see what they're doing now? They're taking away our entry to that hand. Right, so that we can't set up hearts in any meaningful way. And we're just going to take that and we're say, okay, it's time to take a spade finesse, which honestly, going by our luck, is probably losing. Yeah, so we have nothing to do on this hand other than go down. And I think this is a 0 for us for sure. Right, and it's because of exactly what I talked about at the beginning. This hand, I would always do this with. You could never convince me not to show 25 to 27 with this hand. Right, it is just automatic in my book. You should treat this the same way. There are a couple of issues with this, though, as we talked about. It would have been nicer if we could have found a fit in the major, and the distribution on this hand and the card placement was particularly unfriendly for us. Which, whatever, we'll take it. You know, we've had plenty of friendly distributions in our time together here. The spade suit ended up being the one that was really good for us, right? We were going to be able to take 3 spades, but unfortunately, with only 4 diamond tricks, that's still not enough, right? If we take 3 spades, 4 diamonds for 7, the ace of hearts for 8, and 3 clubs, that's still 11, right? So here, as we can see in the results, if I double dummy this thing up, we're going to be down on any lead except lead that king of spades. Give us a chance, people. Give us a chance. No. Not so much, right? Interesting diamond lead, though. That could be disastrous in a contract like this. However, it works out quite well for them. Right here, I suppose winning the 7 of diamonds might have been better. We get to crack that spade open right away. But really, I think we were always destined to play hearts, because think about it. Hearts we could solve, and if it's not solvable, we can maybe still take a spade finesse, basically. But here, when the king of hearts is offside, we're just down. right? Especially when they just have that play. All right, let's take a look at what we're starting with tomorrow, which is Friday, the last day of the week. Partner opens 3 hearts, and this is your hand. All right, make your choice and come back with me tomorrow and see if it's right. I will see you then, guys. Take care.